very likely you're going to snap the head off the screw if you do. So in this video, I want to talk about the difference between an impact driver and a normal drill. When you buy these kits, you tend to get both the impact driver and the drill as a kit with a charger and a couple of batteries. So when would you use one and when would you use the other? Well, there's quite a few scenarios here. The impact drivers have taken over now for doing screw driving. They're a really amazing bit of kit. If you've not used one before, the first time you use one, you will be amazed how good they are. They don't camber out, so when you're putting a screw in, you've not got to push on like you used to have to push on when you used to use the old traditional screwdriver when they first came out. You used to have to push on like that, especially if you put in something like a 100mm screw in. You've got to really get some force behind it to hold it in the screw. Now with impact drivers, you don't have to. You can basically just push it onto the top with one hand, and you can blast 4-inch, 6-inch in, no problem at all. So that's when you basically use an impact driver. You can buy drill bits to go in these with the hexagon shaft on them, but they're not really made for that because they do have sort of an hammer action on them when they're working. So stick to screwdrivering with them if I was you. They do have a variable speed, this particular model, on the trigger, so you can go slow. If you put in a screw in, you know, you want to go nice and steady, or you can pull it in to go faster. Use the XT Makita batteries, which are interchangeable with all the power tools, which are brilliant. Got a battery indicator on the back there, so you can just press the button to see how much juice you've got in the battery. So it's a good bit of kit, this. I'm not being sponsored by Makita, not yet. I know there's other brands out there. I like Makita. I've always used Makita. I mean, this particular set is about 6-year-old and it still works fine. So that's why I like them. They're reliable. They last. So that's the impact driver. Now the drill, basically like a normal drill. Basically, on here you've got torque settings. So I mean, if you're putting small screws in, sort of 20mm screws or something like that, something delicate, I would use a drill with a screwdriver bit in rather than using an impact driver, because if you use an impact driver, you will find you'll just go too much and you'll strip your hole and you just ruin it. Also, I wouldn't use an impact driver if you were screwing something like screwing through a metal bracket. You've got no tolerance there. When it bottoms out on the metal bracket, it will basically stop. And if you use the impact driver and you go down to the metal bracket, you will find sometimes it'll snap your screw. It can snap the head off your screw because it is that much power in these things that the screw's got nowhere to go, so it will just shear the head off the screw. So a better idea is to use something like this, a normal drill with a screwdriver bit in, and you've got torque settings on here. It's numbered round, it goes all the way around 14. So if you set that on 1, when you get to the bottom, it will just camber out and it'll slip, so it doesn't snap your screw off. On here as well, you've got 3 settings. You've got one for screwdriver, you've got one, get a bit closer. So on here you've got 3 settings. You've got screwdriver, you've got drill, and you've also got hammer time. Hammer time. That's not right. You've got hammer action button. So you can use it just as a drill there if you're on that one, and you can flick it across to hammer and it will have a hammer action. So if you're drilling a brick wall with that, even though it's a cordless power tool, I mean these are 18 volt, you can get to 24 volt and all sorts, but these 18 volt and they've got loads of power, these, so you can drill a brick wall no problem at all, even though they're cordless drills. And also on here you've got a 2-speed there, so you've got 2 speeds, 1 and 2. So you can change the speed there. Again, you've got the juice indicator because it's on the battery, not the actual tool. Both of these tools come with lights on them, as you can see when you start them. When I first saw lights on power tools, I thought, what a useless thing. You're making a cordless power tool and then you're putting a light on the front, which is just going to add to the battery usage. So I thought that's useless. But can I just say, lights on power tools is one of the best things ever. When you're working inside a cupboard or anything like that, if you're working somewhere where it's not very well illuminated, it's just so handy to have a light on your power tool. So I admit I am sometimes wrong. So that's the difference. I hope that's cleared it up for you a bit. So just to summarise then, so impact driver you'd used for screwdrivering, all screws from small screws right up to big screws, but you wouldn't use it on anything delicate, and you wouldn't use it if you were screwing a metal bracket where there's no give with the screw. It's very likely you're going to snap the end off the screw if you do. Drills, drilling, wood, brick, anything really. Also, you can use it with a screwdriver bit in, with a magnetic bit holder and a screwdriver bit in. Use it on the, make sure it's on the screw setting there, and then you've got all your torque settings there if you want to alter your torque settings, and then it will give you that delicacy to put fine screws in. Or as I say, if you're screwing down to a metal bracket, use a drill, don't use an impact driver, and then you won't shear the head off your screw. So I hope that's cleared it up. If you like that and you want to see more great videos like this, hit that follow and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.